and welcome to our No Judgment Zone Money Minis. I am Liz Welch, and today we're going to be talking about budgeting to save. The first place we really want to start when we're talking about our spending habits and ways that we can budget to save our money is understanding your why. Why do you spend the money the way you spend money? And everybody has different values. Everybody has different ways and beliefs and things that they want to spend their money on. So not one person is going to have the same answer as another. But understanding why you spend money and what your values are is really that first step in really understanding your financial goals and your financial circumstances. So, a few different ways that people spend money or reasons people spend money are things like social pressure or impulse buying or my favorite, retail therapy. I am definitely a retail therapy spender, always have been. Money for love. It's another thing. A lot of people really like to show their loved ones how much they love them by buying them things. And again, that's not a bad thing. It's as long as you can save that money and you know that you can put that into your budget, that's fine. So I want to start with SMART goals. SMART goals is a great way to really get things flowing when you're working with a budget and you're working with your savings goals and you're trying to figure out what is good for you and what you can realistically handle. So setting things that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound is really the best trick. I've tried lots of different tricks, and this trick helps so much in just getting everything kind of put together. So your first one is specific. So we want to make sure that when we are setting a goal, especially a savings goal, that we have a specific reason that we are saving that money. So whether it is a vacation, a down payment on a home, whether it is an emergency fund, whatever it is, whatever is valuable to you, just making sure it's specific. It is not that you just want to save money. Everybody wants to save money. But making sure that there is an end goal, that there is a reason that we are saving this money, that will really help us in obtaining these goals. The next is making sure that it is measurable. We want to make sure there's an actual amount on there. So whether you are wanting to go on vacation with your family, instead of just saying, I'm going to save money for a vacation, figure out what that goal is. How much is it going to take to get you where you want to go, the place you're going to stay, what you're going to do while you're there, food, drinks, all the things. Figure out that total and make that your amount. So say it's $8,000 will get your whole family on this dream vacation that you want to take. That's great. That's your measurable goal. So it's a specific goal of going on a vacation, and it's measurable because there's a dollar amount added to it. $8,000 to get you on that vacation. But we also want to make sure it's achievable, right? So we want to make sure we are able to actually achieve this goal. We don't want to put something, I'm going to say this $8,000 in 6 months. Well, that may not be really obtainable for you. Depending on what your goals and your budget is, you may not be able to save $8,000 in 6 months. So you really want to make sure it's achievable. So it's sitting down and figuring out how much realistically can I put towards this goal every month to make it achievable. So maybe let's say you've done all that and you figure out that if I save a certain amount every paycheck for 2 years, I can reach that $8,000 to get us on that vacation. So now you have an achievable goal, but we also want to make sure it's relevant. Is this family vacation something that's relevant to you? Earlier, we talked about how not everybody's going to have the same values and wants and reasons that they spend money, and that's okay. We're all different, but making sure that your goal is relevant to you. You are not saying that other people are doing this, so I should be doing this too. That's not relevant to you. For me, for instance, right now I'm trying to get my family into a new home, and so what's relevant to me is saving for that down payment. But that may not be relevant to somebody who is in their dream current home that they plan to be on for the rest of their lives. So that's not relevant to them. So it's making sure it's something that's relevant to you. And finally, it's time bound. We want to make sure that there is a time stamp on these goals, because then there's really no reason that we're saving. If we don't have that end goal of when we need to have it by, we're not reaching for anything. So we may take it out of that savings account and go on a shopping spree, or instead of saving it for that, I'll go ahead and use it for this, because there's no momentum. There's no reason or time that we need to get there. So a great SMART goal could be that you are going to save $10,000 for a down payment on your home in 5 years. That is measurable, it is specific, it is relevant. You've done the math, so you know it's achievable for you, and it's time bound. You're going to have that done in 5 years to be ready to buy that next home. SMART goals. Everybody should look into them. They are great, and they are a great, great, great tool to help you save and budget to save. The next great tool that I have for you is called the 50-30-20 rule. Now, this is also going to be different for each individual because, again, we all have different values, needs, wants, all the things. We are all different in the way we spend our money. So, for instance, I right now am in a world of daycare. I spend a lot of money on daycare. I've got 3 children. Daycare is my life right now, but it won't be forever. So right now, my rule may be a 70-10-20 rule, but I'm still making sure that that 20% is constant in the savings. So you got 50% to your needs, 30% to your wants, and 20% to your savings. And as we're talking about budgeting to save, it's really understanding that we want to keep that 20% towards our savings goal, but that can look a lot different. So that savings can be your retirement fund. So if you are taking money out of every paycheck towards your retirement, that's part of your 20%. If you are currently paying off high interest debt, that is part of your 20%, because that high interest debt, to pay that off, is getting you prepared for your future. But there's other things you could save for, like your emergency fund, your Christmas fund, a vacation fund. There's lots of different things. But making sure that we are trying to, it's not going to be obtainable for everybody, but trying to reach that 20% into our savings is really the best goal to help you with your future. But to get there, you really need to take inventory of all your expenses. What are you spending money on, and where can you cut back to put more towards that savings category? So first off, you have your needs, and these are things that you have to have. This is your childcare, this is your housing, this is your utilities, your cell phone, because in this day and age, a cell phone is a need. It is no longer a want. We need to have this. But it's also your car, your groceries, all those things you need to have in order to survive everyday life. And then you have your wants. These are going to be the out to eat trips, the shopping sprees, the gym memberships, any streaming services you have for your TV or gaming systems. These are all your wants. And so it's you sitting down and evaluating and taking inventory of how you are spending money and where you are putting it towards. And then trying to really rein it in and get yourself into this 50-30-20, or it could be 60-20-20, 70-10-20, whatever it is, whatever works for you. It is getting yourself trying to make sure that 20% of your income is helping you out for your future, helping you out with your savings. So how do you even get started? How do we build our savings? We talked about going over your SMART goals, and then we talked about taking inventory of your expenses. But then we're going to bring back and we're going to review our goals on a normal, constant basis, because things can change. Life is always changing and revolving. And so reviewing your goals and making sure they are currently relevant to you is going to help you stay on track. It's going to make sure that we are not saving money towards something that is no longer relevant to us, right? Automate your savings. Making sure we're paying ourselves first. Putting a little bit of money into your savings account at every paycheck automatically, having it payroll deducted, or setting up an automatic payment, just like you do a bill to anything else, paying yourself first. Automating those payments into your savings account every paycheck is going to help. But remembering that every little bit counts. If you can only do $1 a paycheck, then do $1 a paycheck. Every little bit counts. Do everything you can to create this paying yourself first momentum. And then remember, when we're saving our money, we can make money on our money with that compound interest. Whether you're putting it into a high interest CD or a high yield savings account, whatever it is, it's making sure that you leave it in there long enough that you're getting money. So you're making money on your money. I really, really like this saying. I know I said it earlier, but a little by little, a little becomes a lot. Again, build that muscle for your savings, making sure that even if all you can take out is $1 a paycheck, and you are automatically putting it into your savings account and you're able to leave it there, you are building a muscle. Your body is remembering to pay yourself. Your body is remembering to leave it in a savings account. And then every time you get a little pay bump, you up it up. Now we can do $2. Hey, now we got a new job. Oh, great, I can do $5. Oh, I've paid off some high interest debt. Now I can do $10. Every little bit counts. And as you watch it build and the momentum go, you are going to be amazed at how fast it grows. And just by leaving it there is really, really, really going to help. I really hope that this has helped you in any way. And I do truly call this a no judgment zone, because no question is a bad question or a dumb question. I want all of the questions. If there's anything I can ever help you with, if you have a question about something that we talked about today, please send me an email. It is partnership@uoficreditunion.org. Gladly would love to talk to anybody that has any questions about how you can budget to save your money. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.